Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the Lenny Robbins YouTube show. Know Your Politics. Let's come together to create a better understanding for ourselves so that we can put ourselves in a better position, as I say, to advocate on behalf of ourselves as citizens of Jamaica for the changes we need in our community. And we must also be able to pay attention to not just what politicians are saying, but what they do and what they don't do. Because as I've said before many times over, and I'll keep saying this, what they don't do is more often than not the thing that hurt us as citizens the most. That's the thing that hurt us the most, what they don't do. I did a previous video on transparency in government or government transparency. However you want to look at it, I said I'd be giving out part 2 of it. I do have part 2 ready, but I've noticed a couple of things about the present election campaign that is going on now. So I'm really going to put the part 2 release on the back. I'm going to, schedule that sometime after the election is over, because I don't want to use it. I want to use part 2 to speak to the government, whichever party formed the government after the election is over. But just to get back quickly into the campaign issue that is going on right now, let me say this up front again, I have no dog in the fight. I'm neither a JLP supporter nor a PNP supporter. I'm a Jamaica supporter. And I don't believe either PNP or JLP can make Jamaica better, but I do believe there are enough brains, enough intelligence on both sides of the political divide. If they can find the wherewithal or find the way out to come together to just work on a couple of things to benefit the country, we will be better off. But I don't think that will ever happen. It is clear. I'm following the campaign as it goes along, day by day. And for me, my interpretation here is the JLP has done a lot to open the door for the PNP to walk in and have and contest the election in a real way, to give themselves a real chance of becoming victorious. The JLP has created that opportunity for the PNP. However, the PNP themselves, and I must say that I must lay the blame of all of this at the JLP feet, at the PNP feet, Mark Golden, the leader. And Mr. Golden, I think let me say my conclusion is that the PNP is really not ready. I listened to your campaign, sir. I listened to the PNP campaign. I listened to you guys, all of your talk and speeches and accusation and all of that. I know he's lying, I know he's not lying, I know he's a thief, I know he's this and all of that. But when I summed it all up, the PNP is definitely not ready to lead should they become the next government, form the next government of Jamaica. But here's my greatest concern, sir, that if the PNP should lose the election, you're still not even ready to be a vibrant party in opposition. And Jamaica and the supporters on your side, PNP supporters, and Jamaica on a whole, most of all, needs a vibrant opposition party in place. We need that. I want to take this opportunity to highlight something the JLP said and did. The leader of the JLP party said, and how, Mr. Golden, if I was a member of your campaign team, immediately, I would put the JLP under the microscope for this, for what the Prime Minister said. And this is what he said, sir, at the recent East Rural St. Andrew constituency conference. He said the JLP party will be issuing a book with 250 things that the party has done. Now, I've already addressed that in an earlier video, in an earlier publication here on YouTube. But I'm going to jump on it from the perspective of how the PMP campaign team is not thinking. Because that opens the door for you guys to walk right in and say, yes, this is an opportunity for us to get ourselves closer to you in the poll. This is an opportunity for us to say, yes, we are evens going into the election. This is an opportunity to have you guys, yes, we have redefined ourselves. So we are now ready and we have appeal to the country or to the nation. But your campaign team missed it, sir. Missed it. I hear no one talk about it. I heard no one, especially coming from your side of the fence, from the PMP perspective. No one said anything about it. I don't know, sir, how your campaign team really did not see through this. I'm not a politician. And you guys are there trying to prepare yourself to contest an election, and simple things like these you missed. But that said, Mr. Golden, I have to put the blame at your feet. When the Prime Minister made that speech, as I said, if I was a member of your campaign team, immediately I would jump on it. And my very next speech by any minister, any member of the People's National Party, on any platform across anywhere in Jamaica, or if I have 2-3 people speaking in different years in Jamaica, they all three going to say the same thing. I'd prepare speeches for them to say the same thing on that very matter about the 250 things or projects that the JLP government has achieved or has gotten done. Because I'd be calling constituents across the Blent and Better Jamaica to tell us what project was done in their constituency and how are they benefiting from that project. Let us name 250 projects and say if we can come up to 250 projects that the JLP has gotten done that is benefiting the nation in a real way. Not just benefiting JLP, not just making JLP look good or sound good, but has benefited the nation in a real way. I don't know, you guys miss this simple little thing. Well, you close the lid on your coffin by missing that, Mr. Golden. The PMP did. And here's how the PMP, you, Mr. Golden, and your PMP and your selection committee, I don't know how you come to select people for representation. I don't know your process, because I said I'm not a politician. I'm not even interested in that. But by whatever means you arrived at selecting a person to represent your party in a special constituency, a special area of the country, is up to the PMP. You made a selection, sir, that drove the nail in the PMP's coffin. Drove a nail in the PMP's coffin. Now, let me ask you this, Mr. Golden, and your selection committee. How on God earth could you guys choose Kengdan to represent the PMP in Central Manchester? How? And what criteria do you recommend Kengdan to represent the PMP in Central Manchester? As a campaign member, as a member of your campaign team, sir, my observation and my decision and my little take on that would to tell you that if you select Kengdan to represent you for Central Manchester and put a mule out there to run against him, he's going to lose. Now, let us look at our politics of what it should be and look at the quality of representation we have. Now, genuinely, Mr. Margol, is this the kind of representation the PMP needs? Is this the kind of representation the PMP want in their rank and file? Now, this man I understand coming out of information, because I did some little research and I understand. This man is one of the biggest drug dealers coming out of Jamaica as a PMP supporter. This man sees nothing but orange. He doesn't see green. So how can you choose a man who only see one half of Jamaica, one side of Jamaica to represent? Let me ask the question though. Should the PMP win the election and become the next government, sir, and he win his seat in Manchester, how do you plan to utilize him in government? How do you plan to utilize him in government? One. Secondly, if he can be chosen to represent Central Manchester, when we talk about morality and decency and ethics, Manchester was one of the parish that for years has been living up to that. The quality of people, the quality of service, the quality of everything coming out of Manchester was of such a standard that everybody wished they could live in Manchester. So what I want to know, sir, since he can be selected, I don't care what criteria you guys want to use to select him to represent you in the upcoming election. Do you think that a man who has done 35 years in prison for a murder should be able to come out after that 35 years sentence is completed, should be able to represent a political party at the highest level in Jamaica? Do you think he should have that opportunity to do so? Because if this man who they say is a known drug dealer, PMP biggest drug dealer over the years, and is now selected to represent the PMP, why can't the man who has done 35 years in jail come out and represent a political party? Be on a ticket representing the PMP, the JLP, UIC, or some independent party, or some third or fourth party. Why can't it be? Can you tell me why, Mr. Golden? Can you tell the nation why a murderer can't do it if Skengdan can do it? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm highlighting this because I want people to know the level at which our politics has gotten, where it is today. The level at which our politics the level to which it has fallen. Because in all honesty, years ago, this could never happen. This would never happen. And you know that, Mark Golden. You know that, Mark Golden. You have just driven the nail in the PMP's coffin for years to come. The PMP, sir, needs to redefine itself. The PMP needs to repurpose itself. The PMP needs to refocus itself. The PMP needs to redraw the map. You need to rewrite the PMP's vision and mission statement. Because apparently as it is right now, it seems as if the PMP has no vision and no mission. And as I said before, sir, Jamaica needs a vibrant political party in opposition and a vibrant party in governance. Presently, when you look at what the JLP is doing, sir, there seems more purpose focused than the PMP by far. They are connecting more the people of Jamaica by far. They are igniting trust from the people by far when compared to the PNP. They're giving the people of Jamaica more hope by far than what the PNP is doing, Mr. Golden. And you people have to be very sure on your side, sir. Be very, very sure of where you want the People's National Party to be and where you need it to go, because it's important that you must remain a vibrant party, whether in government or in opposition. That's what the country needs. And if you become the government of the day, sir, I'm very fearful, Mr. Golden, very fearful. And I'll tell you why, sir. I'm fearful not because you're not a brilliant man. I'm fearful not because there are not other brilliant people in the PNP organization. But I'm fearful because of the culture of the PNP. Because I know of a government and governments across the world that the only people who serve them is people who are loyalists. Other governments across the world operate like that. Only loyalists in their cabinet. And I'm very fearful of the PNP becoming a government that way. Because when I look at the selection of Skeng Dan as a PNP representative, knowing the history and background of that man in central Manchester, and if you're telling the nation that you could not find anyone better to represent the PNP, what the hell has the PNP gone to, sir? Because I remember you said this in a campaign speech. I think you were in Westmoreland. That the last time the last general election, the PNP lost that seat because the person who represented the PNP then, Skeng Dan, was not in agreement with it. But now you guys have a better chance. And your better chance is Skeng Dan himself. Come on, Mr. Golden, wake up. Wake up, Mr. Golden. I hear people say the PNP is corrupt, PNP a criminal party and all of these things. I'm not going down that road. Because PNP and JLP are the two entrenched parties in the country. And both have been governing the country interchangeably. So what is fundamental to me is that whichever party we have in government, we are expecting you to govern on behalf of the country, not on behalf of your loyalists. Not on behalf of people you have to be paying back. Not on behalf of the people who are expecting to collect from you. But on behalf of the people who vote with the intention of putting a better government in place. Wake up, Mr. Golden, wake up. Because I'm sure when PNP lose this election, but you're going to lose this election because the PNP is doing nothing to win it. And it's very definite and evident that the PNP is going to lose this election. And I can tell you, sir, right after the election is over, the PNP party is going to go to war. It's going to implode. The PNP party is going to implode because I think there's going to be a request for a change of leadership. There's going to be a request for change of leadership in the People's National Party. And that is all on you, Mr. Golden. I have no dog in the fight, sir, but I expected both political parties to be vibrant, meaningful, purposeful. You understand? And people focused, people driven. That's the kind of service, that's the kind of thing we need out of our politics and our politicians and our governments in Jamaica. But so far the PNP has not displayed any such qualities. And I must say this, sir, without fear, favor, malice, or ill will. I must say this. This crop of PNP politician is the worst I've ever seen. In all my years. This crop of politician, PNP politician, is the worst I've ever seen. This is the worst. And that is why I say, sir, there's going to be a serious implosion in the PNP party if and when you guys lose it. When you guys lose this election. It's not an if thing. And just to give a shout out to the PNP. I've said this before. Michael Phillips from Northwestern Manchester. You're going to lose a seat. I took a bet long before, even before the last parish council election was called, that you're going to lose your seat, Michael Phillips. Because the PNP has proven itself to be a no good, when it's not no good, a non-performing party inside when in opposition. For the years they have been in opposition, the PNP has not fulfilled one serious meaningful purpose. The only time we hear about the PNP is when election is drawing near. Then you come to the fore, hyping up yourself. Because that's all that is happening about the PNP right now. PNP is on a hype, not a mission, because it has no vision. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lenny Robbins YouTube show. Know your politics. Let's come together to create a better understanding for each other. None of us know it all. None of us. But we need to do that because we need to start to watch and listen to what our politicians are saying, so that we can better able to know what they do and what they don't do, so that we can place ourselves in a better position to advocate on our own behalf from our government for the changes we need in our communities to make our community better, our lives better, and Jamaican lives better right across the country. That is what we need to do. We don't need to continue to be useful leaders for politicians. Listen. Watch what they do. Watch what they do. I'm going to ask you guys, because I'm starting to put some more serious work into this channel. I'm going to ask everyone to share, subscribe, click that notification bell, leave a comment if you have to leave a comment. Share your likes, share your dislikes, because everything helps to build the channel. Because from negatives, criticism, we can create our own strength out of criticism. So I'm looking forward to the participation of everyone who come across this video. Just give it your likes, give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down, subscribe to this channel, and share it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the Lenny Robbins YouTube channel, our YouTube show. Lenny Robbins, Know Your Politics. Over and out. Thank you.